what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Danielle, nice to meet you. I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me here today. Now if you are subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. But what I'm trying to say is that this is going to be a little bit different than anything I've ever done before. The closest I could probably get to it would be my first video of like get to know me, but the only reason I say that is because it's a sit down style. So today I'm pretty much going to be going over openness and willingness and what that means, what it can look like for different situations. Everybody is different, and so things look different in each of our lives, just depending upon, you know, where we're at, how we react, what it is, so on and so forth. So today is going to be more of a spiritual based video. So if that is something that you are not interested in, I do apologize, but this is what I'm passionate about. And this is what these things that I'm going to talk to you about are things that I've experienced personally, and that really mean something to me. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about them. So just know that going into this, that this is all really heartfelt. And so I wrote a lot earlier. I was just writing. And so I'm pretty much gonna go off of what I wrote because it's what I want to share. It just started coming out. So, pretty much let's just start this with when you hear the words open and willing, what do you think of, right? So, I mean, for some of you, it may mean nothing. You may be like, open, willing, that doesn't matter. And to that I say, okay, you know, like there's nothing wrong with that. But to those of you who are like, open and willing, and you really start to ponder on that and that really starts to mean something to you, then this might be for you. So, you know, one thing that's important is that we're mindful and aware of our thoughts, what we say, how we act, and really whether we're open and willing, right? If we're open and willing to, you know, certain situations, then X may happen. If we're not open and willing to a certain situation or willing to give something a try, then B would happen. So pretty much when we're open and willing, we're telling the universe to bring good things our way. When we're not, we're telling it to bring situations, people, and things into our life that aren't abundant. And you're probably like, abundant, what does that mean if you aren't really into like the whole spiritual thing? Well, the easiest way to explain abundance is just like overflowing, right? Like just overflowing positive goodness. If we allow ourselves to open our minds to the idea of willingness and openness, even at the edge of just thinking about that, we might begin to gain a new perspective, just based on our open-mindedness of the idea of openness and willingness and these mindsets that can propel us forward. You know, the perspective can be on either side, but definitely know that there are two sides to either one, openness or willingness. You know, the sides comprised of whether we are willing and open or if we are not and we're closed off. When we choose one, you know, the universe responds to us in that exact same frequency every time. So if we're to say yes to this, then the universe is going to give us a yes moment back or an energy of yes back. So if we're going to be negative and we're putting off a negative frequency, then that's what we're going to receive from the universe. And basically because of our actions and, you know, pretty much the way that we react to that negativity, based on that reaction is how we go forward, whether it's positive or negative. So when we choose one, the universe responds to us in that exact frequency, and that frequency at which we radiate is entirely comprised of the energy that we're manifesting. So like I just said, if you're manifesting positive energy, you're speaking positive affirmations, I am worthy, I am loved, I am enough, I'm capable of achieving all of my dreams and everything that I need, want, and desire, I already have, and the rest is on the way to me. If that is how you are speaking, thinking, living, breathing, you're most likely gonna receive miracles daily, because that's just what happens when you start living that way. It's because, you know, you really come to a point in your life where you decide, do I want to allow myself to keep going in these patterns that were created, or do I want to create my own patterns? And if you're hearing anything in the background, I'm watching Jenna Julian stream. They probably won't ever see this, but if they do, happy birthday, Julian. You're the best. You've inspired me from day one. I wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for you, but their stream's on in the background, so that's what that yelling is. So, you know, it really comes down to, like, if I am not open and willing to take that job interview and take that leap of faith at the company or business I've been wanting to work for, just because I think I'm unqualified or I'm not good enough, or that could never possibly come to me, then I would be closing myself off from the opportunity at all and as a whole. You know, it's just that simple. And so it's important for us to be mindful of our thoughts, our actions, and just, you know, everything that is encompassing that. Because that is really what's creating the reality that we're living in, is what we are feeding off of. You know, if I am open and willing to take that leap of faith, knowing that I'm fully supported by the universe, I am then open to changing my life. Because if I believe in that one opportunity, and I believe in myself and love myself enough to say yes and take that leap of faith knowing I'm supported, the universe responds with, you trust us, we trust you, so we're going to give you more positive and good, abundant, overflowing positive things happening to you. So, you know, I'm open to moving up and growing in my career. I'm open to evolving as a person. I'm open to breaking the generational chains in my family. I'm open to breaking the chain of addiction. I'm open to learning to forgive. I'm open to healing. I'm open to love itself. I'm open to life. These are things that we want to be saying, that we want to be feeling, that we genuinely want to be in that state of mind. That is the ultimate state we want to be in. But sometimes we're not there, and I'm just here to tell you that that's okay. You know, maybe you're in not the best place today, and you came to this video looking for some sort of support. Just know that you're fully supported. If not by anything else, God, the universe, and I are all supporting you. You're loved and you're enough. And I'm going to go on to tell you that more because you need to hear it. But, you know, it really, if I do that, if you do that, you know, be open. Really what we're saying is that we're fully trusting that everything is already working out for our good, which is what we should be doing, but not what we're raised or societally raised or told to do. So we have to learn, we have to rewire our brains, reprogram ourselves in order to get to this place. You know, if I do that, if you do that, we're fully trusting. I already told you that, yes. If that's what we manifest our reality to be, then that's what it will be. It all starts with what we think, what we say, and what we do. And who knows, right? What could truly happen if you just chose to believe in yourself? You know, whatever reason you're here today, tonight, this morning, whatever it is for you, and whatever circumstances brought your path across mine, I just want you to know that you're fully supported by God and the universe. And all of the things that you need are already on their way to you. And it's important that we all think about, you know, everything that I've said previously, but that all of that leads up to the question that I am here to ask myself and to ask yourself, to hold myself accountable and to hold you accountable. Are we willing are we open and willing to receive all that God and the universe have for us each day? Are we really willing? Are we really open? What does that mean for you? What does that look like for you? Maybe it's just something simple like trying something new, or maybe it's just doing a routine that helps you with your mental health. I mean, whatever it is, you know, are we open and willing to do that? And if so, I want to congratulate you on the freedom that you're most likely experiencing in that surrender to be open and willing to everything and anything that is going to come your way, and knowing that you are supported and that you can deal with that. Or, you know, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not, and I want you to know you're not alone. You know, most of us spend a majority of our lives programmed by societal standards, by our grandparents, our parents, what our friends think, what people at school think, jobs, bosses, all of these things, and all these people with limiting beliefs, trying to please others, blah, blah, blah. You know, I say blah, blah, blah because the main point is you're not getting in touch with your higher self most of those times. So if you're not in a space where any of this makes sense to you, that's okay too. You're loved, you're enough, and you're worthy of love and loving yourself and loving others and forgiveness and gratitude. I think it's important that everyone knows that a spiritual awakening starts somewhere, and it looks different for everyone. You know, maybe you're in a place in your life where you're unhappy with everything. You're unhappy with your job, your body, your spouse, your routines. That's part of it. You know, being in a place of nothingness is what allows us to break through that barrier into the spiritual realm. And, you know, when our soul is asleep and listening to all the voices of everything, all the noise, if you will, and not tuning in with ourselves, then we're literally not aligned with our higher self. So when our soul is asleep, we are not aligned with our higher self. So we're not aligned with our actual beliefs, our truth, what we want, our hearts, our desires, our relationships. We're not connected with any of that when our soul is sleeping, which is pretty much all of your life until you have your spiritual awakening. And if you don't, then that's great too, because there are a lot of people who might not have a spiritual awakening, but this is not for that person. I mean, you could still receive from it if you're open and willing, but this is definitely spiritual based, so obviously. So, you know, one thing that's important is for you to know is that when we're out of alignment, we can experience physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological, physiological pain, you know, or warfare within our soul, our spirit, our body, just all not being aligned and just fighting each other all the time. It can really affect our relationships, our jobs, our focus, our self-love, our confidence, all of these things. And, you know, if you're in a place where you're on your spiritual journey, just know that you're supported. You're doing a great job and you're exactly where you're supposed to be, right in the moment that you're supposed to be. Stay aware of your, you know, your surroundings and your spirit guides and stuff like that. And, you know, spirit animals, you know what I'm saying? Watch for repeating numbers, important things like that. Make sure that you're practicing any practices that help you to stay grounded, because it matters and it makes a big difference. Wherever you are right now, in this moment, I just want you to know that you are supported, you are loved, and that you are enough. And I just want to thank you for sharing this moment with me. And let's just take this time to recognize that, you know, sometimes we know we need to devote more times to ourselves and give ourselves that self-care that we know we need, but we don't. And we always feel the repercussions from it, right? So let's try to, in turn, when we feel the need to do something self-care, Like today, for instance, for example, I've had a really rough last week, last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm gonna be really honest with you because I'm never gonna stop being honest with you. That's one of my biggest personality traits, is just honesty, bluntness. It's been a really rough week, and today I've had multiple emotional, like, things happen in a row, days in a row, and today I just hit a freaking wall with it, and I knew that I had to meditate, like, for a while, like for an hour or longer, and I did, and I really just put my heart and soul into that. Those few meditations that I did, they were extremely perfect for me. I allowed myself to surrender to that meditation, and I was able to process what I needed to process, heal from it, let it go, forgive those people, and in turn set myself free and set them free, set the whole situation free. So don't think that you don't deserve that self-love. Don't listen to that voice in your head that says you're not good enough, you're not worthy. That's a load of bullshit. Don't listen to it. And I know this is a long video, so if you are still here with me and sticking with it, thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. And if you're not, that's all right. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you received something. You beautiful, you handsome, you loved. I'm getting to the end of this, but today, instead of not doing it, let's love on ourselves. Let's give ourselves 10 to 30 minutes a day, where maybe even an hour, where we just focus on us. We focus on our breath. We focus on that awareness. We focus on finding that peace that only comes from that deep breath and that trusting in God and the universe. If you will with me, let's just take a few deep breaths. We're going to inhale on a count of 4, and we're going to exhale on a count of 4. So ready? Here we go. And at this point, just set aside anything that you've dealt with today. Forget anything that you're going to deal with, and let's just focus on our breath for a few moments together. So ready? We're going to inhale on a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do it again, except when we hold this, when we get to the top of inhaling, we're going to hold our breath for 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 4 seconds. So ready? We're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And ready? Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale on a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if your eyes were closed, gently just begin to bat your beautiful eyelashes and come back to this present moment with me. If you are struggling, just know you're not alone. If you have never aligned your chakras before, I'm going to leave a link in the description. It is a 7-minute chakra tune-up. If you don't know what the chakras are, they are energy centers in the body. I'm going to leave that link in the description because I feel it is vitally important for me to share it with you. I use it every single day, and if I didn't, I don't want to know. Not like it's the end of the world, but it's changed my life just doing the chakras. In addition to that, maybe just take 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. You can even set a timer if you want, or don't. Let yourself just flow and just focus on that breath and just only the breath. If thoughts come, let them go, and just breathe and focus on yourself. Let's learn to nourish, nurture, and love ourselves, each other, and together as a collective. Let us spread this love to everybody. Right now is a pretty trying time in the world, and things are really different and sort of weird. And I just want you all to know that we're going to get through this stronger together, stronger now than ever. And although I don't feel we've seen the worst of this, I don't fear the future. I fully trust the process, and know that God and the universe are supporting all of us. Everything is working out for its highest good. And lastly, I just wanted to tell you guys a couple things that really work for me. Yoga. I mean, I've been doing yoga since December 31st, and it has absolutely 100% changed my life. Mind, body, spirit, connection, and alignment. And if you guys have not already, I'm going to go ahead and link her in the description below. I have found an amazing, amazing yoga teacher here on YouTube. Her name is Adriene. Her channel is Yoga with Adriene. If you have not already, go check her out. I'll leave her link in the description as well for you to go check out. A couple of other things that really, really work for me that I'll leave in the link in the description are guided meditations by Pura, Rasa, Pura space Rasa. She's amazing, wonderful, love her so much. And then Solfeggio tones are extremely wonderful for healing and just playing in the background. And then also Reiki energy healing is extremely wonderful as well. So I just wanted to remind you guys that gratitude is a mindset, and it's one of the most important mindsets we could or will ever know or learn. So today, let's just remember to be grateful for our body, our spirit, our mind, and our soul, and everything that we are currently manifesting and everything in our future. I love you guys so much, and I pray and hope, believe, and know that you guys will love this video. I truly believe it. It's what I'm passionate about, and I know that you guys can feel that, and that will come through. But I just want you to know, thank you for supporting me. I will never ever lose the humility that I've gained in life, and especially on here, no matter what happens. I love each and every one of you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.